studio, and we were talking about Google's acquisition of a part of Himax, which is the company that is making the glass displays for Google for their new Google Glass. So this is definitely something that makes sense if you're Google. It makes sense if you're Google because you want to be able to control. You want to be able to control. You want to be able to control your have control over any products that you're going to be coming out with. As much control as you can have over it, then you can have the quality assurance that you're looking for. Now, talking about companies with that quality insurance, according to a report by TechCrunch, Facebook has a feature phone platform that seems to be doing quite well. If you know about Facebook, and if you haven't heard from Facebook in a while, Facebook's feature phone platform scores 100 million users, and most of these users are in emerging markets. Facebook announced that Facebook for Everyone, this is a native app that works on feature phones, has been downloaded 100 million times, they're saying. Facebook for Everyone is an essential part of the company's global strategy because more feature phones than smartphones are used in developing markets like India, Indonesia, and the Philippines. In fact, for many consumers, feature phones may be their main or only point of access to the internet. And Facebook only recently began selling ads on its feature phone platform and makes very little money that way. But extending into countries with rapid developing tech ecosystem may help Facebook counterbalance its declining or stringent traffic in countries such as the US and UK. Now, Facebook has 751 million monthly active users. That's close to a billion. According to Facebook, it's over a billion. They're saying it's over a billion. According to TechCrunch, they're saying they have 751 million monthly active users on mobile as of March 31st, 2013, an increase of 54% year over year. So on mobile, they have that 751 million active users. Facebook for every phone includes the social network's most popular features, including news feed, messenger, photos. It is optimized to use less data than other Java apps and mobile sites, with a boon for users on limited data plans. In addition, Facebook has partnered with mobile operators around the world to offer free or discounted data access to Facebook for every phone. The app is powered by Snap2, a mobile platform that Facebook acquired in 2011. So when you're looking at Facebook, we might not hear much about them, but Facebook is definitely still on the rise. They're definitely still trying to do, because many people believe in 5 years or 10 years, Facebook may not even be around, they're saying, because they're saying Facebook has become old hat. A lot of the young people have moved away from Facebook, and they're now on Instagram and stuff like that. The only problem is Facebook owns Instagram, so they're really not away from Facebook. They're just on a different branch of Facebook, because Instagram and Facebook are the same company. And because a lot of parents are on Facebook, and when children are dealing with it, they don't want to be doing the same thing their parents are doing. So if their parents are on Facebook, they're like, nah, I'm out. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Parents not on Instagram, they don't understand Instagram. So that's where a lot of the young people are going right now. And Facebook was wise to buy Instagram. They were wise to buy them, because that way now they still have that access to all the younger people. And in their emerging markets, they seem to be doing quite well, as far as, because yes, in countries like India, even in China, most people don't have computers and so forth in their homes. Really, their internet access is limited or relegated to their smartphones, feature phones like the GS4 or something like that. And those phones they use for everything. They use it for their computer, they use it for work, they use it for everything. And so it's definitely feasible that these feature phones would be Facebook's entrance, not entrance, but their access to the mobile market space. So definitely, this is what Facebook is dealing with. And hey, more power to them. I think that this is going to be a real success for Facebook in the coming months. And speaking of success, many of you know here on Tech Post we talk a lot about 3D printing, especially when we first heard of it. You know, we first reviewed it and talked about it. 3D printing definitely we felt was on the rise. But according to a report by the Quartz, 3D printing will explode in 2014, and that's because of expiring key patents that's about to come. Now, here's what's holding back 3D printing. The technology that's supposed to revolutionize manufacturing and countless other industries, patents is what's holding things back. And we know, we've seen the implications of 3D printing. We've seen it for the medical applications. We've seen it in industrial applications. We've seen it in commercial applications, and we've seen it in residential applications as far as just printing things around the house, pots, pans, knives, tools, all this stuff we've seen. And now NASA is even getting into printing food. 3D printed food. NASA is getting into 3D printed food, you know, and that they have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in that technology. Now, let's go to our panel there in the back. I mean, Xavier, Jaden, would you eat food? Now have either of you ever seen like Star Trek?
Yeah.
Anything like that?
Yes.
You've seen Star Trek. Okay, so you know what a replicator is? You heard of the replicator?
Not.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so the replicator is where they tell the computer something, like they'll tell the computer roast beef sandwich, and then the computer will make a roast beef sandwich materialize. That's food replicators.
Yeah.
You see? Right. So 3D printing is going to be kind of like that. The 3D printing that NASA is investing in for food, they take the raw ingredients, put it in a printer, and they're saying that by typing in or downloading a schematic, say like of a pizza, then with the ingredients, the printer will be able to print out a pizza, just like you would on something.
I think I understand how they did it. I think it's just like it's a machine.
Yep.
It's like a smart machine that it's like you can make food.
Yep.
And it's not hard to make. It's not hard to make food. So that it's probably like a smart machine that they use to make food.
That they use to make food. I mean, Xavier, what do you think? Would you eat 3D printed food?
It might not taste as good as regular food.
It might not taste as good as, but would you eat it? Would you eat it? Is the question.
Yeah, I would eat it if I had to.
That's what NASA is banking on. And so we see that 3D printing has many applications, even right down to food. But there are things holding 3D printing back, and that is patents. In February 2014, key patents that currently prevent competition in the markets for most advanced and functional 3D printers will expire, according to Don Scott, design evangelist at 3D printing company Shapeways. These patents cover a technology known as laser stinting and the lowest cost 3D printing technology. Because of its high-end resolution in all 3D dimensions, laser sintering can produce goods that can be sold as finished products. Now, whenever someone talks about 3D printing revolutionizing manufacturing, they're talking about the kinds of goods produced by, for example, the industrial-grade 3D printing machines used by Shapeways, the company used by countless industry designers, artists, entrepreneurs who can't afford their own 3D laser sintering printers, which can cost in the tens of thousands of dollars. So once the key patents on 3D printing via laser sintering will expire, we could see a huge drop in price in these devices because now it's opened up to the market, according to Scott. This isn't just idle speculation. When the key patents expire on a more primitive form of 3D printing known as fused disposition modeling, the result will will result in an explosion of open source FDM printers that eventually led to iconic home and hobbyist 3D printer manufacturer MakerBot. And the MakerBot was recently acquired by 3D printing giant Stratsys for about $400 million in stock, plus potentially $200 million stock bonus. That acquisition was a homecoming of sorts for MakerBot because Stratsys was founded by Scott Crump, who invented 3D printing via FDM, the very technology on which MakerBot was based. But with just a few years of the patents on FDM expiring, the price of the cheapest FDM printers fell from many thousands to as little as $300, and this has led to massive hobbyists, let's put it that way, hobbyist level 3D printers, and injected a huge amount of excitement into the movement of makers who manufacture at home on the scale of one object at a time. So once these patents start to expire, and this is the key, once these patents start to expire, the market is going to be open for not just hobbyists, but developers, engineers, all these different types of people who otherwise wouldn't have access to the patents of to 3D printing, because the patents were just the patents wasn't available for them to explore this technology. They couldn't do anything because the technology was patented. Once these patents are over, they're going to have the ability to really delve into this market. Now we're coming up on a break, but we're going to continue talking about this 3D printing patent expiring, and also Aerial. Aerial could win big because, as many of you know, Aerial is that free form factor, that is all about. Aerial is that free form factor that's all about cord cutting. And so, if you're a cord cutter, then definitely you want to, you want to deal with this. So all that and more is coming up right after the break, right here on Tech Pulse. So just stay tuned.